Morning, trainiacs. After just 2 days back into the base building period of training for the 2019 season, I am bushed. Not really, but starting to get back into that regular flow of training, and today, being Friday, means that it is a recovery bike. And do you guys remember when earlier in the year, sometime in, when was it? Spring? Early summer? That I tried to do that Winnipeg Trainiac training camp, and it was a spectacular disaster. And then I talked about doing virtual camps, and everyone went, hey, fantastic idea. I learned. So I didn't do any of those virtual camps over the summer because of a couple of reasons. A, I was traveling a ton and I wasn't home to be able to do those virtual camps. And B, I knew that I had to do the Trainiac camp with Dave and Ben, and I wanted to make sure that I had a decent format for the camps. Fast forward to today, we have held that camp. We have worked out any of the issues that might have circulated around that camp. We got a new triathlontaren.com, and we are going to announce a series of 3 virtual camps with just 45 spots in them over the next few months. So dramatic. Kona. 1 hour recovery ride going 27.6K, under 18 miles. Distance, speed, it ain't the point. The point is to keep the heart rate in between about 105 and 130. Get that nice recovery heart rate going. I feel good. All right, Trainiacs, let me tell you about the virtual training camp. Virtual because who wants to come to Winnipeg in this? Barf. So, Trainiacs, one of the best things about getting to work with all the best coaches in the world, the Jerry Rodriguez's of the world, the Matt Dixons of the world, the Jesse Kropelnicki's of the world, and a lot of the best pro triathletes in the world, is that you pick up on some very, very good stuff. Now, specifically, as it relates to training camps, Matt Dixon, head coach of Purple Patch Fitness, told me while I was down covering his pro training camp in Scottsdale that there are 2 types of camps. There are training excursion, where you go to really nice place and you just train and train and train and train. And there are training camps where the goal is to learn. And when I had that failure back in spring, summer, trying to hold the training camp here, I did a survey afterwards asking people, like, why didn't you come to the camp and what appealed to you about the camp that made you want to come? And overwhelming, the answers were, I really liked that I was going to be able to come there and learn how to train. Also, I learned that it had to be convenient for you. That's why nobody came, because I set it up so soon, like 2 weeks away, and everyone had to book a plane ride, come here to Winnipeg, and they're like, that's just not on our schedule, Taren. You have to set it up in a way that's easy for me to do. So I have the setup that I think has got this dialed in. What I've set up is, if you go to triathlontaren.com/virtual camps, there are 3 different options for these camps. Sure, they are only 4 weeks away, starting November 29th to December 2nd, December 6th to 9th, December 13th to the 16th, but these are camps that you can do from the privacy of your own home. And the setup behind this is that you don't even have to take up days off of work. How it's set up is that every single day there's a workout that you can do in the morning. There will be a live stream office hours that most people can take a lunch hour for, tune in, ask questions, analyze what we intended to teach you in the morning. There's going to be a workout in the evening, and then there are going to be, again, a group live session in the evening. And none of these workouts are designed to pulverize you over and over. I mean, if we wanted to do that, we could do that very easily, but that's not going to teach you anything. Instead, what we're going to offer is a lot of what we offered here in person when David and Ben came here. We're going to be offering swim video analysis, heart rate data so that you can figure out your zones, running form analysis, race nutrition calculation, workout nutrition, recovery nutrition, workout prep nutrition, figuring out your training plan for next year. All of this is going to make you a better triathlete. So whether you are on Team Trainiac or not, whether you are dealing with a coach or not, whether you are self-coached or not, you're going to be able to take all of this info and be better back at home. Well, you're already at home. And that's the whole purpose of camps. Thinking about it now, it's like, well, why are these training camps in glorious locations that cost you thousands and thousands of dollars to go to? And what they are education lumped on top of a whole bunch of training. And because there's so much classroom time, it kind of takes away from the ability to go out and just train and have a really fun, good ride or a good swim. But because there's so much riding and running and swimming, it takes away and kind of puts that classroom time in a mindset of being beat down, being really tired, wanting to go back to your hotel. Not in this case. In this case, even if you can't do the workouts first thing in the morning, they're going to be video files that you can do later in the morning. If you're on a different time zone, you can do them then. You can tune in to the live streams like the group discussions, or you can send me all of your questions ahead of time and I'll answer them in those live streams. And at the end of it all, we will have office hours where every single person that comes to the camp will also get one-on-one time with me. So, exact details for this. How much does it cost? $227 US. What are you getting for it? Go to triathlontaren.com/virtual camps. It's our brand new website. It is quick, it is snazzy. And before you go, wow, $227, Taren. Well, if you say that that's expensive, I would say compared to what? I would compare it to, let's say, one-on-one coaching. It's the same cost as basically 1 month of coaching for most coaches out there. You could, however, just piece all of this together on your own, of course, like nothing out there is rocket science that I'm doing, but think of the amount of time that it would take for you to, I tell you, if you're gonna go through all of the Triathlon Taren videos, you're gonna spend weeks piecing it all together. This is the system that over the course of 4 days, start to finish, it's gonna save you time, aggravation, set you up, because PRs are made in the winter and the sooner you can get on the right track, the better. A couple of things relate to this. When I did the video talking about where I'm at with the Team Trainiac training platform, everyone said, what can we do? What can we do to help you, Taren? Where can we send money? I'm not a big believer in Patreons and just asking for money. I believe in coming up with products that people legitimately enjoy. I think this is one of them. And then secondly, if you ever go on Slow Twitch, you're gonna see a Triathlon Taren thread that is pages and pages and pages of people saying, who the hell is this guy to be teaching us about triathlon? He is an age grouper. Well, I'm now also an Ironman U certified coach. I really just got that to kind of check the box because I believe that anyone with any subject, if you digest and have to understand something well enough to try to teach it for an hour every single day, as I have to you, and you do that for 2 years in a row, you're gonna get smarter at it. And when people say, well, hey, Taren, you were a lot cooler when you were just an age grouper. Again, work at something for an hour every single day. You're going to get better at it. I hope that every single one of you are better in your job, are better in school, in work, in triathlon, in whatever sport you do 2 years from now than you are today. I've evolved. The channel has evolved. It's sort of the whole point of this, that the idea is that I show people how they can get better, and if you grow out of me, cool. I'm sorry, but that's life. We get better at things. That's the point of this. Be better tomorrow than you were today. Do that for a couple years, and you'll be awesome. That's also the point of this virtual camp. So, trainiacs, there are only 45 spots, literally just 45 spots. We have it capped that because I am doing one-on-one video instruction and I'm doing one-on-one half-hour consultations with everyone, I can't have an unlimited amount of spots, so each camp only has 15 available spots. So go to triathlontaren.com/virtual camps. If you have any questions about it, email me like immediately at Taren@triathlontaren.com. And I say immediately because when we did something like this before, when we announced our original training plans 18 months ago, I think we sold 200 in the first 6 days. So get on it quick. All right, later, trainiacs.